This episode of the Community Workbench podcast is brought to you by yours truly, the realtor Matt Norn of Remax Bell Park Realty. For all of your real estate needs, call me at 860-428-6534. Your dreams are my job. This episode of the Community Workbench podcast is also brought to you by the band Whiskey Boulevard. It's actually powered by it. The band covertly dropped off this bottle of Basil Hayden Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey for us as a thank you for having them on the show. So we're giving them a plug. Their next public concert is at the Mohegan Sun Father's Day Barbecue Festival.
Sure.
I forget what it was called. But get out to Mohegan Sun and watch that. They'll also be around locally July 6th, and we're going to replug that when that comes around closer.
Yeah.
The band Whiskey Boulevard. Thank you guys for the whiskey. Super appreciated. The episode is also brought to you by Moon Magick Cafe by Shay, where magic meets barista. Visit their location in Danielson, that's 113 School Street, Danielson, Connecticut, 06239. And coming soon, their second location, 210 Hamilton Street, Southbridge, Mass, 01550. So get out there. Welcome to the Community Workbench. This is Matt Norn and Kyle Morrissey. We are your hosts of the #1 podcast in my basement. At the bench, we try to repair the sense of community. So every week we bring you small businesses, entrepreneurs, community leaders, charities, and pretty much whoever we feel like talking to. And today we feel like talking to Moon Magick Cafe by Shay. Hi, Shay.
Hi.
Hi, Alex.
Hi.
How are you guys?
Doing pretty good.
Awesome. So, talk to us about Moon Magick Cafe. How did this come about?
So it actually used to be called Nolly's Coffee Bar, which
Okay.
most people know if you've been around since the beginning. And I was one of the first people ever hired there. Chris Brisson was my boss, and now he is my awesome landlord. It all started actually, COVID hit. He kept us open just so me and the other girl working could get a paycheck, just so we could survive, which we are beyond grateful for. Mm-hmm. And she decided that she wanted to go into a different career path, like paralegal work and stuff. So Chris, knowing that in January of 2021, I had just gone back to college, I was like, you know what, I'm going to finish my degree in business. We're going to get my associates, call it a day. 3 months later in March, Chris was like, hey, I know you're in school for business and you want to open your own one day. You want to buy Nolly's? I literally walked downstairs, called my mom, and I was like, Mom? She's like, what happened? Are you okay? And I'm like, I was just offered the coffee shop, but I don't know how to react right now. So obviously I went home and had a huge conversation with my fiance and my parents, and we said, all right, let's do it. So August of 2021, we signed the papers. I bought the place. I was a full-time college student and a full-time business owner all at the same time.
Wow.
But here we are about 3 years later and on to our second location, which also was thrown into my lap because those landlords are longtime family friends.
Yeah.
The previous business that was there moved out. My mom got a message, said, hey, does Cheyenne want to open up in Southbridge? And yet again, we went, all right, how are we going to do this? Let's go for it. And here we are today.
That's awesome. That's an incredible story. Did you get your degree? You still
Yes.
working on it?
No,
Or-
I got my
it?
degree. I have my associates in business.
Nice.
I might go back for my bachelor's one day, but life is a little insane right now. So I think we're going to hold off on that because I also did pay for college by myself out of pocket.
wow.
So
Good
yeah,
for
no
you.
college
Good
debt.
for you.
Business
Yeah.
debt, no college debt. So
Nice.
It's a better
Nice.
kind of debt.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, way better. Wow. So the second one, do we have a estimated time of arrival on the second?
I'm hoping for this month.
Okay.
I'm
Wow.
really, really pushing.
So you're almost there, right?
Yeah. I mean, I wanted to open in April. Things happened. Wanted to open in May. Things happened. So now we're going to try and open in June. We're hoping for the best. If not, we'll try again next month. But the plumbing's getting hooked up this upcoming week. My wonderful fiance has to fabricate some fancy special tables for me because the building is very uniquely shaped.
Okay.
Has some awkward angles in there. Have to make some custom tables so we have enough room to work.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's cool. We've done a lot of work. I ripped down a wall. I turned another wall into a half wall. So it's a lot different than what it
Opened it
used
up.
to be for the people
Yes.
who have seen it before and know what it used to look like as the
Yeah.
previous business. But yeah, so I'm excited to open. I can't wait.
Yeah, that'll be wild. So like, let's talk about the vibe. It's super creative. So like, I was there today, and it's where the magic meets barista, and then inside the place is just like, I don't know, like a.
It's my personality throwing up at you. That's really what it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely is.
It's so there's like a thing on the wall about a witch or being a witch, and you got, I mean, this is super cool. We were looking at this because now that we're in the entertainment business and we're always trying to market it, but like you have this it's a white bowl with coffee beans in the shape of a crescent moon, and I was just like, that's like super creative. I'm
That's us.
guessing you did this. And
Yeah, I designed all of our menus. Everything you see that gets printed out is my handy dandy work
yeah.
because I have control issues and I do everything myself.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's a normal thing for a business owner, honestly.
Oh, it's
just
so
like,
bad.
Just like
Everyone's like, "Oh, do you have a manager for Southbridge?" And I'm like, "Yeah, me."
yeah,
They're like, "What?" I'm like, "I'm gonna be between both places. It's fine. It's fine. We'll figure it out. I got key holders. We're good."
yeah, that's great. And I don't know. There's one girl in there. The first time I walked in, it was you and this one girl that you guys were back and forth. I was laughing. Your usuals were coming in, sharing all kinds of stories with you guys. I'm
Oh
like,
my
this
God.
place is awesome. Like,
Yeah.
it was.
We have a lot of fun. I'm truly, truly blessed with the staff that I have. You know, every business has their ups and downs. They have the staff that doesn't work out, the people that kind of, screw them over a little bit. You learn your lessons, but right now I can honestly say I would die without my staff. Those girls are my everything to the point where like they're going to be involved in our wedding.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so beyond grateful for the staff that I have. We joke, we laugh, we share stories, and then like we always say we need to write a book one of these days because we're across the street from the courthouse.
Yeah.
The things that people tell us, honestly, sometimes people come in and we just look at each other after like, did they really just say that to us? Like, you're that okay with that sentence? Oh my gosh, it's a good time. We have a lot of fun there.
Yeah.
And we may not be everyone's cup of tea, but if you like having fun, we're the place to be.
I mean, my wife and I were in there. We had breakfast or whatever. I forget what it was, the day off, and we were hanging around, and we just wanted to try it. And your bagels are always so fresh.
Yeah, shout out to Bagel One in North Wyndham for that.
Oh yeah.
okay.
Uh-huh.
That makes
Love
sense.
Bagel One.
Yeah,
That's
they are the
fantastic.
best. I get my bagels delivered every single week, fresh.
Nice.
They're awesome. I get a text message, "Hey, what you need this week?" I'm like, "Oh my god, I love those guys. They're 10 out of 10 for sure."
Yeah. And actually, Kyle and I like to try out Reuben's everywhere we go. And you have the Reuben bagel
Yes.
sandwich.
Cool.
It's so good.
I actually have a gentleman who comes in, and same thing. He says that he tries Reuben's wherever he go. He gave me the gold star. He said, "I have the best Reuben's." I was like,
Nice.
"Thank you so much." So that's exciting. Love that
right.
for us because
Right.
we do everything fresh too. I deli slice all of our meats by hand.
Wow.
Oh.
That-
My machine's from like the 50s too, so I break my shoulder when I'm cranking that out.
That's awesome. That says a lot about your dedication to your product.
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Do you roast the coffee, or do you have a?
I actually got my coffee from New England Best.
Okay.
That's the best part. Everyone freaks out. They're like, "Your coffee is amazing," and I'm like, "You can buy it in the grocery store. It's New England's best. They have the best coffee around. It's all about how we make it, the love we put into it, all of our insane flavors. Because as you've seen the list, we have a violent amount of flavor options.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I'm always in there for a couple of minutes at least. The other day they were like, "You're lucky it's slow."
Yep.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
You actually came in at a good time today too, because the rest of the day, insanity.
Well, that's great. You guys get a lot of foot traffic from the courthouse, obviously.
Oh yeah.
There's a slew of lawyers, and I've definitely spent my time waiting at lawyers' offices for like closings and stuff. And we're like, all right,
Yep.
let's take a walk.
Yeah, it's awesome. When they have big cases, the whole jury comes over.
Wow.
I'm like,
wow.
okay, now when the case is over, come back and tell me. I want to know.
I was called for jury duty once, and they didn't pick me. I felt like
I got picked. It was in Danielson.
You got
So that was the first time in my life, and I got picked and sat through it. And then, like the morning of that we were supposed to show up, he agreed to a plea deal, and I was like, I had never experienced it, so
That's lame.
yeah. So now you got to wait another 3 years.
Yeah.
I got called when I was 18, and then they
Wow.
were like, hey, it's canceled. And I was like, oh, okay.
I think that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be, to me, it's like I don't want just like some dippy little case. I want a
No,
big case.
I want a
where, like-
murder. Give me something that's going to go down in history.
I wasn't gonna say it quite like that. I just wanted something like, all right, let's take a
Like,
couple of weeks.
I
on
want the
this.
one that's on the news.
Yes. I want the one that podcasts are going to talk about. I want that one.
There are some like murder podcasts out there
Yeah.
that talk
I am
about
a true
stuff.
crime
Yeah,
podcast girl,
there you
so.
go. True crime. I am obviously not because I didn't even know the name.
But are you a girl?
No. Well played.
So, talk to us a little bit more about, like, I mean, in your shop, you have some of your old journals in there for people to read and stuff.
Yeah, so we have affirmation journals. So a little background on the whole magic thing. I did go to a Catholic school for 10 years, and I believe in all types of religion, but I am a practicing pagan. I practice Wicca, so I am a witch, as
Okay.
people like to say. So when it comes down to that, a lot of witchcraft and everything has to do with manifestation and positive vibes and good energy and what you put into the universe. So we try to bring that into Moon Magic. I have pretty soon going to have to be on my third affirmation journal
Oh, wow.
that offers anybody who walks in to write anything they want in it. They can write a positive message, they can write their emotions down, they can doodle a picture, and it's there to share with everybody. And it's really nice to actually sit there and go through the books every now and then, because some of the messages, you read it and you're like, I didn't know I needed that today, but I needed that today.
Right.
Yeah.
I can see that.
It's
that.
wicked, wicked cool. And, you know, being a pagan, I didn't think opening up like this, people were going to really be as accepting as they are. But we have people coming in asking questions, wanting to be involved. And it's honestly really cool how it's shown me a different side of the community and kind of built it up in a way that I never expected it to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely got a cool vibe in there for sure. And like I said before, the food is amazing.
I'm a big foodie.
Yeah.
A big foodie.
Gotcha. Have you come up with like all the recipes? Is that how that works?
Pretty much. So when it was Nolly's, there were a couple recipes that were already there that I kept up on, and then all the drinks, 100% me. If you ever come in and you see me just blankly staring at the wall, I'm trying to come up with combinations and drink names and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I try to keep everything 100% us. I don't like factoring out. Like, we hand stamp all of our bags and stuff like that. We hand stamp all of our sleeves. We custom make everything. Everything's fresh to order. We don't even keep hot coffee, like, chilling. You get a fresh pot every time you come get a hot coffee.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. Today I had an Americano there as well.
that's my vibe.
Oh, you got an Americano
I've been-
after I
I've been
introduced
playing
you
with
to
them,
it this
yeah.
week. Well, how about, did
So-
you like it?
I do. So Saturday I got an Americano just like black, and then today I got one with 2 creams and 1 sugar, just to like see. There's like a little hint of an aftertaste that, like,
Ah,
I don't
it's
know
like
if
a
I
lady.
like that yet or not. But yeah, it's like, to me, I like a dark coffee, and a lot of times like the regular coffee is just like a medium brew. And
Yeah.
so like, whenever he said that, like an Americano, it's espresso with water, and I was like, oh, well, that kind of makes sense, in
Yep.
the way that would be made. So
I love me an Americano, except I have to do decaf.
No, you don't say.
Yes, really. Fun fact: I am caffeine intolerant. Caffeine
Wow.
makes me super, super sick. So I
Oh wow.
do decaf only, but I still love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, we both have to drink caffeine after decaf
Decaf.
after noon
Yeah.
during the day.
Yeah.
so.
Anytime after 2-3
Decaf all day, every day. Alex will sit there drinking Red Bulls, and I'm like,
Yeah, I'll
my
have a
heart.
Red Bull at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
I'm like,
I know people that
My
have
heart.
coffee when they're going to bed.
my father.
Yeah. Yep.
Jeez.
My father drinks coffee 24/7.
Yeah.
So he actually was strictly hot coffee my whole life.
Yeah.
I open this place and I get all my crazy flavors, and he's like, "Oh, I kind of like this iced coffee thing." Now this man has me bring him home iced coffee, and he puts it in the freezer and makes himself slushies. He never doesn't have a coffee in his hands at
That's
this point,
great.
and I'm like, "Okay, well at least it's mine." But wow.
I go in spurts. There, most of the year, I'll be like 5 cups of hot coffee a day, with the little brewer on the counter. And then if we go out to get coffee too. So
Mhm.
usually, but yeah, towards the end of the day, unless I am super tired and dragging, the caffeine has to stop by 3 o'clock the latest. And yeah, but we're both coffee addicts for the most part. Where you're just like,
I
never-
love
I never
coffee.
turn one down.
Yeah, right?
You know,
How can you say no?
Well, unless it's caffeinated at
can't.
3 o'clock.
What did you say? You got decaf?
depending on the situation, it's still.
Well, you just pay for it
We
when you
just
try and go
stay
to
up all
bed.
night.
You're like,
Yeah.
how can I be productive today now that I'm not gonna sleep?
Yep. That's how, I mean, this is a caffeinated latte.
Yeah, that will
So.
probably do enough to.
Yep. Well, I'm drinking the downer too. So
Right,
Gotta
so
balance it.
even keel, the upper end.
yeah, that's me being a foodie. There's three different things. Thank you, Whiskey Boulevard. Anybody else want any?
So, are you gonna have the same menu in Sturbridge?
Yes, Southbridge. Yes.
Sorry, Southbridge.
Yes, I actually just got a single sample of the new takeout menu, so I could add like the Southbridge location and all that stuff. Because our paper menu doesn't even fit my whole menu.
Oh, yeah.
I have too many things. So if you go online to www.moonmagickcafe.org, magic with a CK.
Yeah.
Everyone forgets the K. We do it the old English spelling. You can see like all of the detailed descriptions, but it's going to be the exact same menu. I've been working on the chalkboards this past weekend. So yeah, it's going to be the same exact thing. Hopefully. I have a feeling.
Are you
when
gonna
we-
have like bagel one, or are you finding a
Yes.
different? Yeah.
So the fun of me splitting myself between the two locations is I will be getting things in Danielson and then driving them to Southbridge. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Danielson also has a lot more storage than Southbridge does.
Oh, okay.
Like a lot more storage. Southbridge is a little tight, but we're making it work
Right.
because it is a historic building too. So
Oh.
we have to work in those types of parameters and can't change too much.
Is Danielson? Danielson's not young. That building, right?
I'm not sure if it's registered
Oh,
as a
okay,
historic
so
building.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure the
You'd
one in
probably know
Southbridge
it.
is. I actually have a photo because the building I'm in Southbridge used to be like a ladies' ice cream shop and a barber shop, and I have a sepia colored photo of a woman in that styled garb with a man outside, and it says ladies' ice cream shop right outside the building.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know there were segregated ladies' ice cream shops.
Yeah, I didn't either until that sign popped up, and I was like, okay, cool.
Only ladies could get ice cream there.
I'm not sure, but
That's wild.
I got the picture.
We did crazy things in the history of humans.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that smells good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, Basil Hayden does a good job.
That's delicious.
This is 10 years age too. That's pretty awesome.
It's nice. I like it.
Yeah.
It is nice. Smooth.
Well, there's plenty there. So you're gonna be decorating this one the same kind of vibe, same
Yes.
thing.
Yeah. That's another thing I'm really lucky about, is I have a really good support system. So I've been posting my Moon Magic Amazon wish list on my Facebook, and I've had like a couple friends and family members that have purchased small little items that we need to get by, and then my customers love decorating my store.
Nice.
I can't even tell you how many times in the Danielson location, especially, I'll be walking around and I find something, and I'm like, where did this come from?
Yeah, you have a lot of miniatures and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of those knickknacks just showed up. They literally just showed up. Same thing, I have my first dollar bill. There's another dollar in that frame. Somebody asked me about it one day, and I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh, wow.
And then
So
they showed me, and I'm like, I have no idea where that came from.
it had eyes on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so cool.
Ring or something on it.
3 years later, we found out a girl came in, and she said, that's my father's handwriting, and her father is a Freemason.
Oh, wow.
So he
you're
signed
showing
it
eyes
as
on
the
it.
Freemason, and he snuck it in there. And I was like, well, thank you for solving my 3-year mystery of where this bill came from.
That's
So
fun.
we have a lot of stuff up in the walls right now that we've bought, that people have bought for us. My dad makes me like big wooden moons. Actually, I do a lot with Trinity Catholic Academy in Southbridge, and their 3rd grade teacher, she made me a bunch of diamond paintings out of moons that I hung on the wall.
Oh,
So
that's cool.
it's very eclectic.
Right.
A bunch of little stuff that I collect or people bring into me that we just kind of like throw up everywhere.
Actually, an interior decorator once told me if it's all pieces you love, they will come together to make a look.
Yeah,
it's weird.
exactly.
Even if it's as eclectic as it could be just as opposite as.
And that's
one
how
thing
it's
to the
working in
next,
Southbridge
but-
right now. Like
yeah.
one wall is like our very gothic decor. Another wall is our very like artsy wall. Another wall is like an old fashioned wall. The bathroom is gonna be like a jungle almost. Like it's so weird how things just like
Yeah.
wind up being themed without even trying.
Right. That's wild. It's pretty cool. And then the open brick look, I always love. I
Yeah.
always love that old mill style type of like genre, I guess. or-
Yeah, we got the gorgeous brick in Danielson, and then in Southbridge I have unbelievable windows.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the whole place is covered in
Oh, you
windows.
can do window art.
And they're almost floor to ceiling, very
Nice.
they don't open because they're old,
Right.
but they're just, oh my gosh, they're the most beautiful things. The building itself is just so cool.
So come in and buy coffee because it's gonna be tough to heat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Windows.
Yeah. And I mean, for those of you who come into the Danielson location, you know it's a good bajillion degrees in there in the summer because we don't really have an AC that can keep up. Southbridge has an AC. We have
It's
a real
nice
AC.
in there. It's quite nice in there.
nice,
While I'm
yeah.
working,
And
it's
there's
it's,
the
it's
seats.
delightful. I gotta admit.
Yeah. And
I would rather be in Southbridge than in Danielson. It's closer to home for
yeah,
me
it
too.
was
So
hot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we live about 5 minutes from the Southbridge location. Because that's the thing, too. Southbridge is my hometown. Born and raised. Went to Trinity Catholic Academy. Graduated from Southbridge High. Never left the town.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where I just keep getting sucked back in.
Nice. Nice. Well, I mean, it's still local. Southbridge is very still local to here, even.
Yeah.
So, and Alex, you're kind of like the go-to handyman, and
yeah, you could say that.
you also said the support fiance, emotional support fiance.
Yes, I'm the emotional support fiance. You got that right.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Pretty much whatever she needs, she'll talk to me about it, and I'll figure out a way to make it happen.
He
Gotcha.
prevents a lot of mental breakdowns.
Oh yeah.
And those
Yep.
have been happening really often lately. The closer we get to open, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I could see that. This is very stressful to open up a business. It's
It is.
Never mind a second one,
Yeah.
So
She kind of started a lot of it on her own, and then she was just like, "Hey, do you wanna, help me out a little bit?" And I'm like, "Absolutely, I got you.
yeah.
I'm here for you."
You said it really kindly. I was more like, please help now.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
She needed a vehicle to go back and forth from the restaurant depot to back to the locations, and
So he bought me and built me a truck.
oh yeah,
Nice.
it's a nice truck. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Nice truck.
Is it like an antique or?
It's a
It's
Here, you can't call it an antique because
it's a
she was born
19
the same year.
a 1995. It's a 1995. Leave me alone.
Yeah, it's an F250 7.3 diesel.
Yeah.
Well, in Connecticut, I think a 95 would give you the
Don't
The
say
antique
that.
that
plate.
license
Don't say
plate.
that.
Yeah,
Don't
that's
say
the
that.
antique
Don't say that.
Hey, we're older than you. Ours would be more than antique.
Car years are different than human years.
Yeah.
Car
Yeah.
years are a lot like dog years, I think.
Yeah, it seems it.
The truck definitely makes it easier, especially because I do events too.
Okay.
We do I'm doing the Killingly, the KIS color run.
Oh yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna be there serving lemonade. I've been doing it. We actually have been doing it since Nolly's, and then I've done a couple weddings.
Oh wow.
And so having the truck definitely helps.
So they do
'cause-
like a coffee bar at a wedding or something like that. That's cool.
Yeah,
Neat.
and I customize everything. So like the 2 weddings I've done, the first one was actually for an old coworker and really good friends of ours, and theirs was Harry Potter themed.
Oh.
So all the drinks were Harry Potter themed. And then the last wedding I did was really good customers of ours, and we themed all of their drinks off of their pet names.
Oh,
Oh okay.
So yeah, we do all that kind of stuff, and him with his vehicles helps because having to squish it in mine and my mom's little SUVs for the last 3 years has been rough.
Yeah. So now you get the truck. And
Yeah, we were gonna build a food truck, and then
I'll
we were
get to
offered
it.
a second
I'll
location.
get to it.
So we're like, all right, food truck, back burner yet
Yeah.
again.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So basically, you cater as well. So
Yeah, kind of, sorta.
Yeah.
We don't I don't bring like food or anything like that, but you know, we do our hot coffee or iced coffee, whatever. I can't do like espresso. Anything that I can take on the road, I
Yeah.
can do.
Right.
Like
you
I
need the
brought,
food
like,
truck for that.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. I need the food
absolutely.
truck for the rest.
But you'd need essentially it'd have to have a dedicated espresso machine. It'd be a pain
Yeah.
to take it out of the shop.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring one of those.
That's part
yeah.
of the reason he's learning how to work on them and get
Yeah.
into that industry.
Yeah,
He's,
I am.
He's starting to work with Cafe Italia, which is the owner's name is Tony, and I bought both of my espresso.
Very
machines from
nice
him.
guy.
Amazing
Nice.
guy.
Very nice
He knows
guy.
what he's Italian. He knows what he's doing when it comes
He
to
definitely
espresso
does. He's
machines.
very smart.
That's cool. Shout out to Tony then.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a goal soon for the food truck with all that equipment. But
Absolutely.
Yeah.
for
it's-
now,
It's wild, like to think you have to have pretty much everything you have in your restaurant into a truck. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Less space.
and already having to
You
do
have
that.
a pared down menu though, Although
Yeah.
the majority of those drinks, right, they all kind of come from the same source. So aside from the syrups and stuff,
Yeah, it would definitely be a limited syrup menu.
Yeah.
I have to do that for events.
Oh yeah.
Some people are like, "Oh, do you have this? Do you have this?" And I'm like, "Guys, I have over 150 combinations.
wow.
You're lucky if I bring like 20 bottles because that's a lot
Yeah.
to take
Right,
with
yeah.
me."
Everybody wants something you don't have though.
Always.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Always.
Now it seems like a lot of restaurants or coffee shops are getting like a liquor license. Is that on the horizon at all?
So many people want me to get liquor licenses. I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay.
Only because of the risk of things.
Yeah.
And because so many other people are doing it, I'm like, I want to be different still.
Okay.
And we actually, when we were at Restaurant City getting equipment for the Southbridge store, people have been asking me to do flights forever.
Of coffee.
Yes.
Because there's so many
That's a good
flavor
idea.
options,
Yeah.
you know?
And we actually found flight boards there, and I was like, these are the cheapest flight boards I have seen around.
I think it's a
So,
great idea.
Yeah.
I'm thinking I'm probably gonna start doing that. So like we'll have our little differences. And I mean we do Dalgonas too. We do whipped coffees, which no one else has around here.
Oh.
I was actually gonna ask because I looked at those on the menu. So
Is that like the episode of Friends where Chandler's whipping it as he's drinking it?
cappuccino with a K. Stir and drink. Stir and drink. No, that's not the same. That's,
So
that's
it's-
cheap cappuccino with a K.
I was being facetious. You know that word?
She serves a much better product.
They take
So-
like 5 minutes per drink to make, but it is an amazing drink. It's
Okay.
so you know when you're like whipping egg whites for baking and you get that kind of stiff peak? That's what your coffee becomes. We whip it up with sugar. It's instant coffee, sugar, and water, and we whip till you get that stiff peak. And then we put it over a cup of flavored milk, and you drink it as it like mixes and melts into it. So it's like really creamy,
Whoa.
super caffeinated, and it's just
That-
it's so delicious. We only do them in smalls because it is such a process to make them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're not. You can't really find them around a lot of places here. The only other people I've heard of is when I've actually had other coffee shop owners from like the Boston area come into my cafe,
Okay, yeah.
and then been like, "So how much do you hate these?"
Now, I'll be honest. Yeah, coffee is very in depth, a lot more in depth
Oh,
than I
yeah.
originally thought it was.
Yeah.
Me and Cheyenne, we've been together for 8 years, and I just kind of got thrown into it. You know what I mean? Like,
Sorry.
it wasn't really much of an option there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's I'm still learning quite a bit about it.
Oh,
It-
It's
yeah.
science.
It really
Yeah.
is. There's
It's
a lot that
literal
goes
science.
into it in order to get a right brew.
Yeah. Kyle and I have gotten quite the education between,
Yeah.
going to different coffee shops and having different coffee shops on the podcast. And It's incredible.
Makes me want
how
coffee even more every
I
day.
know, I know. Just the medium of like it's you have a winery on or a brewery on, and like, or you're just talking to them about what they can do. It almost seems like coffee even has more
Yeah.
more of
They have
a
competitions.
range.
Yeah.
There's literal competitions for
Oh,
coffee.
yeah.
They have barista competitions on like the designs you can make and like the fastest stuff. It's intense.
Yeah.
It is
Do you do designs?
No.
The
The
steam,
only
yeah.
reason I don't do designs is because by the time the design is perfected, your drink's cold.
Yeah.
That and you put a lid on.
You know,
Yeah, you hide it.
we were
Every
you,
now and then
you
I
may
get a
have
good
been,
heart.
I'm not gonna lie, it wouldn't do me any good. I like whipped cream.
Yeah. You've probably seen these. When we were in Disney, they had a machine that did it. You put the cup under it, and the machine puts the design on it.
Yeah, that's
I-
just a stamp
I literally have
prop thing.
in my Amazon wish list
What are those
somewhere.
things?
It's like $1,200.
Oh,
But it's literally it's like an espresso machine. I don't know. It has
I
no-
mean,
it's
this-
a printer. It's a
Yeah.
literal printer.
Right.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
It's not. Yeah. It was. I was like,
Yeah.
holy
Yeah.
moly.
I have it in my car. I'm like, one day we're gonna get you.
But see, so that's where you are. That's like an upsell.
Yep.
We could put an image on it for $1 more,
It's so.
and you'd only have to do 1,200.
One of my family members, they went to Ireland, and I know the Guinness place, they do that. They like stamp, and you can choose like a picture of yourselves and get it stamped on your Guinness. I'm like, that is
that's cool.
sick.
That's also very vain, but okay.
I love it.
He would get a picture of himself.
I think I would do Remax or Community Workbench, one or the other. I don't think.
That's true.
I don't think I'd do my mug.
Maybe not the first time.
No,
You-
one wants that.
no, you're right. Nobody does want to see that.
So, but like, I mean, you think about like the themed like parties that you're doing. I mean, to have a custom stamp on every
Oh,
drink
yeah.
that goes out, that'd
That'd
be
be
wild.
sick. That'd be awesome.
Well,
yeah.
you could like upcharge at the front for that, right? For these events
Yeah.
that like, we could put pictures on it for
Yeah.
X amount of
Yeah.
dollars and make.
You know, it's kind of like how Yankee Candle does,
We
like your
should do
face on a
that.
candle.
Yeah.
You do that
Ex-
for like
exactly.
certain events that you do.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like weddings and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
Or you-
catering my own wedding, so
Yeah, that's true.
I told my staff, I was like, "You're invited. You're gonna be my something blue as my like bridal thing, but also you have to work by the end of the night and you have to serve coffee. Sorry, I love you."
And everybody will stay up all night.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Hopefully. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like a 3-day event when we get married.
Nice, nice.
Well, I booked the venue for 3 days. So.
One day just wasn't enough.
Yeah. Shout out to Falls Creek Farm in Sterling, Connecticut.
Okay.
Gorgeous venue.
Oh yeah.
Very accommodating.
I want to say you're the second person to tell me that. So cool.
I actually got the venue through a customer.
I haven't been there yet.
Another one of my customers is getting married, and she's like, "Hey, you should check out this place." And I was like, "Sold, thanks."
Nice. Small business helping small business.
Yep.
She was an EMT because
so
we
good.
get a lot of those.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say, actually, I remember the first time I was in your shop. It was a
Yeah.
group of EMTs that came in.
Shout out to KBA.
Yeah,
Shout out to the Putnam. Shout out to Killing. You know, everybody.
Yeah. yeah.
It's great. It's hilarious because we'll have like 5 to 8 ambulances deep in the parking lot. And if people aren't regulars and they don't realize that they're coming in constantly, they're like, "Is everything okay? What happened? Why are
Yeah,
there so many
yeah.
ambulances here?" I'm like,
Their lights
want
aren't
coffee
on. They're
too.
just parked.
There have been a few times though I feel bad where we're literally halfway done their food and they get a call and they just look at us and they're like, "We'll put it aside."
It is
Yeah.
the
Come
risk
back.
of working police, fire, EMS.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely a shout out to KB. They are
Amazing.
so great for the community, and so many of their workers frequent so many of the local businesses.
Yeah.
Anyone that serves coffee, they're a usual.
Yeah.
So-
They're some of my favorite people. When they
Yeah.
come in, it's always a good time. They love to joke with us, and
yeah.
I think it kind of gives them that sense of relief they needed for the day after what they've dealt with. So
Right.
it's nice for us to have them come in and be able to provide that too.
Yeah.
We love our KP fam.
Nice. And yeah, they're like they came in and you guys are immediately showing each other stuff on your phones and
Yep.
laughing and stuff. So
We know their orders. They walk in the door, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Same, usual. We getting it?"
yeah.
Coming off duty, I'm like, "Yep, love you guys."
Does he have an order yet?
Not
Oh, he
yet.
I'm
changed it.
experimenting.
Yeah, he's still learning.
What did you order today?
I had the Americano with 2 creams, 1 sugar.
Nice.
And a breakfast sandwich.
And a yeah, I got the.
Hey, Cheyenne.
I got the.
What's my usual order?
Alex actually has.
I have my own specific drink.
Yes, he has a drink on my website. For if you go under frappe, it's the fiance frappe.
Oh.
It is
Says
absolutely
Alex.
delicious. It is a go-to. You can also get it frozen.
He gets a chocolate, peanut butter, toffee crunch, and caramel sauce mixed together.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Sounds sweet.
It's amazing.
Sounds
Yeah.
more like a dessert than.
It really is.
They are.
It
A lot of
honestly
our
is,
coffees are like
yes.
dessert.
Yeah, breakfast now has a dessert.
It is
No.
bougie coffee, all right? It's very fancy.
It's
That's him.
I used to make fun of her when she would order coffee, and it would be like a science experiment until she made one for me, and I'm like, oh my God, this is
Yeah.
delicious. I have no idea what I'm drinking right now, but it is heaven. So I get that now.
Yeah, that happens a lot too. We have people who come in and are just like, just make something, surprise me. And it got to the point where I started running out of surprises, so now I have a wheel.
Oh,
okay.
that's
I'm
smart.
Gonna,
That's
I'm
great.
gonna spin the wheel
Yeah.
next
Yep.
time, and if
I-
it lands on black coffee, I'm okay with that.
I try to change the flavors up as often as I can, and we will tell you if you do like a wimpy spin, we're like, spin again, try again, do a
so
good
you
one.
let the customer spin the wheel.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely doing that.
Oh yeah, we have a spin. I need to get another one for Southbridge, but yeah, that was actually one of our friends and another one of my customers' idea. He was like, "You need a wheel.
That is.
That is
You need a
awesome.
decision."
I mean, if
wheel."
you have people, if you have people that come in and they can't decide, it takes it off you, and then just,
Yeah, I ran out of surprises. I'm like, guys, I've been doing this for 3 years. I'm using the same things over and over. Here's a wheel.
Well, it's a surprise to the different people that come in. So.
Very true.
Well, plus you might get other customers that come in and just do it because hey, this is unique. You know.
Yeah, they think it's fun.
Yeah.
Once they find out, they're like, "There's a wheel.
Yeah.
Give me the wheel."
Yeah, I didn't know. I've been in multiple times this week.
I mean, who doesn't want to spin a wheel? When we went to Restaurant City, they said leave a review and you can spin a wheel, and I was like, I'm spinning the wheel.
No.
I want to spin the wheel. Like, hey, I got a 10-inch knife out of it for free.
No?
It's
Thanks,
a
Restaurant
really
City.
nice knife.
Nice.
Oh yeah. I was actually pretty impressed with that place.
Mhm.
I was. They had everything that we needed.
Yep, Restaurant City, Restaurant Depot.
Yep.
We do it
So-
all ourselves.
At Restaurant City, if you spend enough money, they let you spin the wheel and get something for free?
No,
Is that the
it's,
idea?
First time.
You just have to write a review.
Oh.
One
oh.
review per business. I actually asked them, I was like, so my best friend's a marketer. Shout out to Allie Mac Marketing. And can I bring her in? Does it matter what business you have? Like, does it have to be food service? And the guy was like, I don't think so. I don't see why not. So I was like, you're coming with me next time and you're spinning the wheel so I can get more free kitchen equipment.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We should have a wheel here. People share.
I don't know what we would offer.
Like pocket lint, lime wedges.
Got some drink options. Really nice drink options here.
We try to be accommodating. As usual.
It's how we get people here.
Like, come talk to us. Help us create content. And
Hey, you're better
No,
at the
this is
content than I am. I'm
fantastic.
horrible at social media.
Oh, me
I-
too. I can't even keep up with my own. Like me and Cheyenne just had a photo shoot the other day. I still haven't posted any pictures.
You didn't even post our engagement.
I didn't. I'll be honest, I didn't. I'm just busy and I'm not really. I don't post that much. I build cars like from scratch, and I still don't even post
Yeah, with,
pictures of
Yeah.
it.
with Moon Magic, you get a post like once a month when I'm like, hey, new specials.
well,
Other than that, I forget social media exists.
whatever you're doing is working because the Instagram post that we posted like got a ton of hits from
Yeah.
your fan club. So
People
I,
love
I saw
coffee.
that. I was like, okay, all right, guys. Thank you.
yeah, I mean, people love
Yeah.
coffee and the foodie. There's,
And I mean, like I
think
said
everybody's
before,
kind of a foodie.
I have a huge
Oh, yeah.
support system too.
Yeah,
Like the whole Southbridge thing. Not only did the landlords hit up my mom seeing if I wanted the place, I got a personal message on social media from the sergeant of the Southbridge Police Department saying, "Hey, can you please open here?"
wow.
And I was like,
cool.
"Yep." At this point, I've graduated
Yes,
with half of the
dude, we're
department,
on
so
it.
I'm like, "All right, guys, I'm coming. I promise. I'm on my way."
That's cool. And then to
Yeah.
know that you have a following or, people that are going to frequent.
Oh, it's
up
crazy.
there.
I'm terrified. I am sincerely terrified. Like, I cannot go out my house in town without one person being like, "When are you opening? When are you opening?"
Oh, wow.
We were in there the other day building equipment. About 4 people stopped into our doors, peeked in, and was like, "Hey, are you opening soon? We're so excited. I can't wait to have you."
Now you
I'm
think
like,
you'll be busier there just because of your roots?
To start, yeah. I think right off the bat, it's going to be insane because of my roots. And then I think it'll settle into a more normal routine like we have in Danielson.
Mhm.
But I've already decided that I have to open in Southbridge on a Friday. So we're open Friday, Saturday because we close every Sunday. I'm
Uh,
like, I'm terrified we're going to sell out of everything. I need to
Oh,
open
yeah.
Friday, Saturday so I can recoup everything on Sunday and then try again Monday.
Wow.
Because just the way people have talked to me, they reach out to my mom, they reach out to Alex. Like, there's not a single person who is left alone where it's like, hey, even my friends are getting messages like, when is she opening? When is she opening? They're like, soon, soon, we're trying, I promise. So I'm excited, but terrified.
Well, that's business, you know. You
Yeah.
just throw caution to the wind and go for it. And
Yep. And I
kinda
just
get in
joined the
there.
Southbridge Business Partnership too. I'm a
Nice.
part of the Killingley Business Association. So
Kill-
I was like, all right, hop on in Southbridge Business Partnership. So that also gets me a lot of promotional leeway and stuff like that too. So,
Yeah, the Killingly Business Association, can't say enough about them.
oh, I love the KBA.
Yeah, all the local business associations are so great. Just
Mhm.
helping push for small business, and I just feel like that's what our communities need.
Agreed.
To be a community, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
can't
And
just
I'm so grateful to be a part of the Killingley community and see how much
Yeah.
we've grown over the time.
Yeah.
Now I'm excited to hop into Southbridge and help build Southbridge up because that's what the town is doing right now. The town is trying to recover, trying to get in more business because the Southbridge was the home of American Optical. The
Wow.
Southbridge is historical, but you know, times got rough and things have changed, and now we're trying to build that town up again. And I'm beyond grateful to be a part of that. And
yeah.
what currently feels like a huge part of that because people won't leave me alone, but it's awesome.
That's great to have that. You know, we don't have that kind of fame, and we have a podcast.
It's
Yeah,
it's
but it's only the
weird,
number one
honestly.
in your basement.
Yeah, it's honestly so weird because I don't expect it half the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And I don't know, there's just going in and out of there, just seeing the personality of the place itself is really cool. And then, you know, we've had quite a few people that are, you know, either opening on Main Street or going to be opening on Main Street in Danielson or open somewhere in Danielson. And, you know, they all, like even the brewery, you know, they're all super grateful to be a part of that little network. You know,
It's such a
that's
fun community.
the
It
Danielson
really is.
Borough and beyond. It's a cool place.
I love it when we have our big town events and stuff like that. Oh,
yeah.
it's such a big get together, and I can't wait till we have the area that they're going to be setting up actually behind the cafe
Yeah.
and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited for that. That's going to be really, really cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
between School Street and Main Street, they're like doing so much to fix that area
So much
up
work.
so that there's more of like a boardwalk,
Yeah.
and they're even like,
Community centered, kind of like summer hangout,
yeah,
a lot of vibes.
kind of reversing. So like, because Main Street in Danielson is Route 12. It's a state road, so it's tough to actually shut it down for big events and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So what they've done is they're basically kind of making everybody have two entrances, so to speak, so that the in between School Street and Main Street like is more of a boardwalk where everybody can walk around. There's less traffic. There's parking. There's, you know, it's just in
All the
places where food
businesses,
trucks can
yep.
set up and vendors and, you know, all that stuff.
Hey, I'm not going to lie. The few times they've had food trucks set up behind us when we've been open, obviously we're busy with customers, but if one of
Yeah.
us has like a slow time, we're like, yo, go check out the food trucks. And we immediately go, the staff will buy from the food trucks. And we're like, all right, what is our snack today?
Yeah, I mean, in like some of the restaurants, you know, at first when, you know, because I was part of Second Saturdays and the KBA and stuff early on, and you know, some of the restaurants were kind of like, oh, we're gonna bring in food trucks, that'll be like competition, but it brings in so many people.
Oh, I love
that
food
there's
trucks.
always
does.
overflow, and even like when Putnam does First Fridays and all of their other events there, like it killingly gets overflow. Like all the
yeah.
surrounding towns get overflow. I mean, like Fire and Ice brings in
Oh, that was a lot.
thousands
Yeah.
of people. Like, so like they can't feed them all.
Yeah,
You know,
it gets
so
crazy.
like it gets crazy, and there's crazy overflow, and for all the events and stuff like that. And you know, Plainfield picked up bike night. I'm sure there'll be overflow.
I know
from
I
that.
missed
I
bike night.
I like bike.
I
night.
loved bike.
That
That was
nice.
actually that was actually the first night. ever worked for Nolly's.
Oh wow.
Chris literally interviewed me, and then he said, "Hey, we have an event tomorrow. Can you work?" And I literally worked bike night the next day. It was my first shift ever, and I was so sad when we got rid of it this year.
Yeah, trial by fire though. That's
Yeah, yeah, that was intense.
yeah. But I mean, look at you now. I mean, you just really showed everybody what you're made of. You know,
Yeah.
you now own it. You're running it, and
Got a lot of passion
That's-
behind it.
yeah,
I'm a very,
that's good.
very determined little lady. That's for sure.
yeah, in 5 minutes inside your shop, you can totally see that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You can see there's just so much
It's my home.
passion
My
behind
home
it.
away from home.
So that's awesome. What? So I know you're not quite open with the second one. Do you think like there's more to be? Like, what's the future of this?
So I never want to become like a chain. I don't want to be like Dunkin's or Dippin's because I feel like once you get that big, you kind of lose the value of the business.
Okay.
So I don't ever want to lose my
The
value.
quality.
Yeah.
It's the
Right,
quality that
right.
we're looking for.
But
Yeah.
I do want to expand more. Like I said, originally my next step was food truck.
Right.
So now that we have the second location, now my next step is the food truck.
Yeah.
And the whole point of the food truck is because I actually want to travel around and find other places where I'd be cool to open. Because we have a long ways away, but I know Alex and I at one point want to retire in like Vermont, New Hampshire, like the mountainy type of area. So I'm like, okay, I could, open up another location out there, kind of
Yeah.
do things out there. And travel
Once we
here.
have things down packed, then we'll be all right.
You're gonna
venture
need a
out
bigger
little
truck
more.
to travel out there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I do want to be as big as I can be, as long as I can keep the quality and the values that we have, because I don't want to lose the feeling of
Yeah.
Moon Magic, because there is magic behind it.
Okay.
Yeah. That's like the
That's
number
cool.
one. I don't want to lose our magic, and that's why we're super, like, I don't want to say picky about our staff, but like I'll hire people and if they're going to last within like a week or two, because it's like if you can't mesh with all of our personalities and the love and the craziness that we throw out there, then okay, that's fine. That it's not your cup of tea, but this is who we are and we don't want to lose that passion, that vibe. Like I've
Yeah.
literally had people come in and tell me from the courthouse, make this the best thing you've ever had before I go to jail. Or
Oh,
I
wow.
got away.
Yeah.
I
Oh my
didn't
God.
get this charge. I didn't
Yeah.
get this charge and this charge and this charge. And it's like
Jeez.
awesome. I have one guy who I call him Freedom Coffee because he
Okay.
got out and he got a coffee and he's like freedom. And I've seen him a couple times since just because he wants to come in and frequent, and one of the nicest guys ever.
Nice.
So it's really cool to be able to have that magic that changes people's day
yeah.
and it changes
Yeah.
their mood. Like
Right.
some of the things people have told me, I'm like, you are talking to a complete stranger, and you are really, really deep right now. But it's nice to be able to be that person to give them advice, to
Yeah.
be that shoulder. And like, I've actually had people come back and be like, you really helped me. Like, you were right. And I'm like, wow, really? Am I a therapist now? Okay. Cool.
I mean, you could point them to the affirmation book too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
Journal.
sounds like you need to read a few in here.
And it's helped people.
That
They've
is
said it. They're
cool.
like, wow, I needed this. Like, it's
Yeah.
really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
We
so
want to
cool.
keep that cozy vibe, but I do want to be as big as we can to spread that love.
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you must be able to see some. I love people watching.
I have stories.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of people watching.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like,
Stories.
My truck's lifted. I get to see everything. You see some people do some crazy things while they're driving. Man.
The other day, remember how you were like, oh my God, look at this guy outside. He was riding a scooter and he had a little kid's wagon tied to the back with a speaker blasting
Yes, he was
music.
playing music and riding around. He was a
He-
party man.
he
Let me
was-
tell you, he
Oh,
was having a
nice.
blast.
Well, I guess he was riding around on Saturday, and one of our regulars pointed it out to Sunio, one of my staff. And she's like, dude. And she told me about it today, and I was like, yeah, Alex was freaking about it too. Because our customer's freaking out. And she goes, dude,
I'm
that's
not gonna
like
lie.
a
He
normal
drove by
Tuesday.
me. He
This
drove
is
by me.
normal.
I was clapping and waving at him. I was like, "Nice job, man. I like that. You really seem like the type of person I would hang out with."
I'm like, yep, nope, this is the normal
seemed like the
entertainment
life
I
of the
get
party.
every day of the week.
Nice.
Like,
That was some quality entertainment. Let me tell you.
yeah. Yeah, and you guys have like outside seating and everything.
Yes, there's an
It's like-
outdoor
there's
patio.
an outdoor
It's-
patio. Southbridge, unfortunately, won't have outdoor seating because it's more on a main street.
Yeah.
But it will have indoor seating, which Danielson doesn't
A
really
little,
have.
a little bit of
Okay.
indoor seating.
Yeah,
A little bit.
Danielson has like 8 stools at a bar table.
Right.
Southbridge will have a couple tables and chairs. I actually just
We're
ordered.
trying to get a couch in there, but we'll
Yeah.
see.
I found a couch off the side of the road that I need to refurbish. That's the thing too. We fix and redo a lot of our own stuff.
Yeah.
So that's
By
also-
we, yeah.
I do the fabric.
Yeah,
I do the
yeah.
fabric.
We is a loose term.
Yeah, she does fabric. I do metal fabrication and
I do
everything
the-
else that needs to get.
I do the crafty things with like the cricket and the fabric.
She tells me about her dreams, and I'm like, okay, let's see if we can make this happen. All right, let's put it on paper first. See if this is doable.
Hey, it works.
It does work. In
But,
fact,
yeah.
no, you have some
I want
great
to
ideas.
pop a couch in there. I'm on the hunt for 2 Victorian style green chairs.
Green.
Mm.
They have to be
Yes.
green.
Yes.
They have to be
They have
green.
to be green.
She's turned down quite a few
You
really nice
reupholstered
chairs
them.
because they were gray, and I was like, babe, come on, we could like, you know.
There's a Krylon paint that sticks to almost anything.
I've
I don't
actually
know
been
if
told
you-
there's a spray paint for
That's
fabric.
what Krylon
yeah,
is, the
so,
brand.
I have tried that spray paint. It works pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Just saying.
Yeah, so I want to get those. I want it to be very cozy because there actually is a fireplace in
Oh, wow.
Southbridge.
Oh.
I can't use the legit fireplace.
It's a very old building.
Historic building. Can't risk that. But I am gonna get like an electric fireplace because there is an outlet inside of it.
Nice.
So I'll plug that in, and I want it to be really, really cozy. Once we get things settled, I actually do want to open a book club
Oh, no.
because
there
I
you
am a book nerd and a half.
Yeah.
Like,
Surprisingly, there's actually quite a few book clubs in the area, and if you start at the Killingly Library, they'll branch off. Like
yep.
there's a
I
lot.
want
so.
a little something in the Southbridge Moon Magic because, like I said, it's like a curved area, so it's like a perfect
It's a Flatiron building.
place.
For those
Yeah.
of you that know what that is.
Yep.
Flatiron Building.
Yes.
So it's very cozy with that little thing. I feel like it'd be cute to have like a once a month kind of thing. I want to bring more events into Southbridge since there's more space.
Yeah.
My seating capacity is up to 50.
Oh.
So like we can have people in the
Nice.
hallway. There's people downstairs.
Oh, there's a downstairs.
Yeah, so it's not.
It's
it's a
limited
shared
downstairs,
space.
but it's-
There's an apartment downstairs. There's apartments above me. There's a hair salon downstairs. There's a store next to me. So like they're shared
So
spaces.
you can venture
Yeah.
out and check the place out, walk
Yeah.
around.
Yeah,
It's
grab a
nice.
coffee.
Yeah, there's like
walk
booths
around.
downstairs. You can pop and sit in a booth. Like no one's gonna come at you for it, as long as you don't try to go to the guy's apartment next door. He might have a problem with that.
That might be fun outing for Kyle. and I. It's
Yeah.
like,
Hey, you'll
hey,
get,
is this part of the cafe?
you get in trouble. We already make enough bad names for ourselves. We don't need to spread to another state.
All right, as a been in the housing industry and the building industry for 24 years now, what is a flat iron building? That's
I don't know.
I'm a
Picture
little
like
embarrassed.
Okay,
picture like you're
no.
ironing clothes. You know what your iron looks
Oh,
like?
the
It's actually
shape.
shaped like
Okay.
that.
So
I didn't know if it had
I'll
something to
show
do with
you.
the way the iron was made or put in as far as building it. Okay.
Nah, it's just the shape
So
of it.
looks like a flat iron. I get that now.
Yep.
That's cool.
Oh,
That is cool.
it's called the Chapin Block. I didn't know that.
Like blog, like a written
Block.
blog.
BLOCK. It's the
Oh,
Chapin Block. It opened in 1888. That's how old this building is. So
Look at
it's
that.
super long, and then you see right in the front,
Oh, yeah.
it goes into like a round curve.
Yes, that is cool. Wow, it's got a clock
Yeah.
tower and everything.
Yeah. So that's gonna be our second location. It's really really cool.
Yeah.
And like I said, the inside's even better.
I mean, and that's cool that there's like, I mean, you basically I don't know how old the one in Danielson is, but it's like you've made these two spaces your own.
Yeah.
And it's not a cookie cutter space. You know, it's
Yeah.
not like you're just going to some open lot and building the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah,
So
it was really cool.
that's-
So with Danielson, the decorations and the paint and all that kind of thing was mine. The whole setup in general was how it was for Nolly's, but with Southbridge, every last ounce of it has been my creative freedom. I've done
Nice.
everything that I've wanted. We've changed the face plates, the light fixtures, like every last detail is 100% me and what I feel Moon Magic represents.
Nice. Nice.
A lot of work has gone into this place. Let me tell you, a lot.
So
Yeah.
for those of you who don't know, when Alex showed up to the studio, he was dead tired.
Oh yeah. Yes.
He's been putting a lot of work in and effort into the second location in Southbridge. So kudos to you guys for being so hardworking, so diligent, and sticking to, what makes you you and what makes the business you,
Yeah.
and spreading that in such a creative way. So that's awesome.
Yeah, if there's anything I've learned growing up, it's to always be yourself, no matter what. No
Yeah.
matter what
Yeah.
people think, no matter what people say, just be you and it's going to work out for yourself in the end.
I find being honest means you don't have to remember stuff.
Yeah.
Ain't that the
True.
truth?
Oh my god!
I don't know how people lie and keep up with it.
I just
They usually don't.
Yeah. I don't get it. It's just like that's no way to live, man.
No.
No, not at all.
I don't care how much the lie advances your life; it is not as good.
Nope, not worth it at
No.
all.
No.
So cool. So food truck to come someday. Second location's almost open. Just love what you guys are doing. You're obviously always welcome on the community workbench. Love that, you guys fit right into the vibe of all the other characters we've had here. Just that whole true to yourself type of let's run a business and see what happens, kind of like the podcast. We're like, we're just going to talk and see if people listen.
Yeah.
It's nice to see more and more people doing that these days.
Yeah.
It is.
It's what the
Yeah.
world needs,
Right.
honestly.
Yeah. That total diversity. Just, this is us.
Yeah, be honest, be
Yeah.
true to yourself. And like I said, we're not everyone's cup of tea, but that's okay because
Yeah.
we're our cup of tea.
Right.
And those who love us, and we love them back.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well said. I mean, do you have anything else to offer, or anything else to say? Go for it. I truly, I've been there 3 times this week, so it's like if that tells you anything.
Well, we're here.
I'm still finishing.
We're always here. We're always there. Just follow us on social media so that way you know how to find us. You know our updates. I know I said I'm terrible at social media, but if there's any updates,
But
I
as
swear, that's where I
hours
post them.
and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
like
Yeah.
our hours, any menu changes.
Closed Sundays, open Monday through Saturday.
And-
Yep, Monday through Friday, 7 to 3, Saturday, 8 to 2. The hours
Yeah.
are going to be the exact same in Southbridge. If you want any events or anything like that, you can email us at moonmagiccafe@gmail. Again, it's MAGICK.
I even
Everyone
spelled it wrong.
forgets the K.
No, I forgot the C.
let's talk about the name, for instance. Like, where did you come up with that? And
It just popped in my head.
you just wanted to spell it
So
differently.
being Wiccan, I'm very into intuition. Like you can even ask him. There have been instances where
Oh yeah, it's honestly kind of scary.
I've had
I'm not even
dreams,
kidding.
I've said exact numbers for things, exact instances, and it has all happened.
Oh wow.
So I got Moon Magic in my head. I literally could not get it out of my head. So I was like, all right, the universe is telling me this has to be the name. And MAGICK is the original spelling.
okay.
That is the old English spelling of it. And
Okay.
it was originally, they dropped the K because it was connected with the occult. And it was connected with witchcraft. And, back in the day, they were like,
Yeah.
burn him at the stake.
Yeah.
So they dropped the K off of magic. And yeah, I was like, no, it's prettier with the K. So we're
Right.
going to pop that K back on.
Nice. The original spelling. That's perfect. So
Yeah, I actually Googled the other day if you can, email the dictionary and be like, hey, can we request this to go back to the CK? Can we change the dictionary spelling, please?
Webster's Dictionary, if you're listening.
Please change it back.
That's great. Oh man, that's awesome. So glad to have met you guys, and I can't wait to see where you guys go and how it all turns out. Can't wait to visit your second location and your food truck and an event that you cater. Is that the
All the
party's always
things.
around?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Moon Magic for sure. That was the whole reason why I reached out to have you on, because I was just like, this is great. This
Yeah, I'm happy to be
personality-
here. This is awesome. This is fun.
This
personality
was great.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everyone, for watching. The Community Workbench family is promoting the Be the One campaign. It was started by the American Legion in efforts to stop veteran suicide. For more details, visit betheone.org. And just on a personal note, reach out to any veteran you might know and see how they're doing and make sure they realize that they matter. Join us Monday. What day is Monday?
June 10th.
June 10th. I'm sorry, I didn't write it in my notes. Join us June 10th when we have Young's Excavation Services on. He is a local Woodstock family-owned and operated business. They do a ton of different landscapings and, equipment operation. Super excited to have him on. He's one of my old friends from Ellis Tech. And as always, buy local, hire local, dine local, volunteer local, and donate local. Have great days.